So yeah, imagine Jaws was made with sheer ineptitude. Well, then you'd have the Crater Lake Monster. Directed in 1977 by William R. Stromberg, this is a B-movie monster flick, and what it lacks in competency it makes up more than enough in sheer fun and ridiculousness. The movie takes place in a small-knit community in Northern California and sees a meteorite awaken a plesiosaur in the titular Crater Lake. The monster then proceeds to wreak havoc in the local community, so it's up to a porn-tash sporting sheriff, a paleontologist, and two local goofballs known as Mitch and Arnie to try and put an end to the monster's rampage. This is one B movie that doesn't know if it's coming or fucking going, and it's all the better for it. There is so much fucking filler in this flick. Again, it's a 70s B movie, so I'd expect nothing less. I mean, there's a subplot involving an escaped killer that goes fucking nowhere. The Crater Lake Monster eats the fucker before the sheriff has the time to intervene. There's also another scene involving a couple that I was sure were about to be eaten by the monster. But no, nothing happens. Goes fucking nowhere. As I said, this movie is like 80% filler, and usually that'd be a negative, but the fact you get to see these terrible actors bandy around while a fairly decent stop motion creature is wreaking havoc is the highlight. You're like, should I be focusing on these dumbasses or should I be focusing on the monster? That's what's going through your head. And yeah, strangely enough, I was never bored because the acting, as I said, is so fucking woeful with forgettable characters. Bar Mitch and Arnie, these two seem to be the love children of Laurel and Hardy and Jar Jar Binks, and they're all fucking better for it. I mean, I love these two. They were so fucking idiotic, and the movie had the sheer balls and audacity to try and give us an emotional spin with these two at the end. I'm like, lads, fuck off. Not a chance. Not an absolute fucking chance. But yeah, again, Mitch and Arnie, I think they're the highlight of this movie. Although, I would be remiss if I snubbed the fairly decent stop motion animation in this movie. It's not perfect, it's nowhere near as good as Ray Harryhausen or early Willis O'Brien, but it's still fairly decent. And the reason for this? It was done by Phil Tippett. Now, anyone who knows anything about stop motion knows who the fuck Phil Tippett is. The man is a fucking legend, and he is a dude who is still, to this day, pioneering techniques in stop motion. I mean, the man spent 30 years trying to complete his magnum opus, Mad God, and it looks fantastic. That said, when it comes to this movie, it isn't his best work, and the reason might be, first of all, the production probably had a limited budget, so couldn't pay him that much, and he was also working on a little known movie called Star Wars at the time. So yeah, again, don't be too harsh on the stop motion animation. It still looks pretty cool. I mean, there's a fucking scene where the plesiosaur is firing hay bales at the fuzz. How can you not fucking like that? How can you not like that fucking scene? As well as having some wicked Phil Tippett stop motion, the movie had a fairly decent looking poster. Now, there's a bit of a dispute who the artist was on this poster. Most people consider it to be Richard Cardella, but there is still a bit of derision about who actually painted this thing. The main issue I have is that it's a theropod on the poster, not a plesiosaur. Nerd! Yeah, I'm a fucking dinosaur geek. Accept it, okay? So should you check out the Crater Lake Monster? Well, that really depends. If you like old school B movies, like The Black Scorpion or The Giant Claw, which aren't necessarily good movies, but fun movies, this might be one for you. It has the sensibilities of a 1950s B movie in the 70s, which doesn't really work. As I said before, this movie has a shit ton of filler, which was a staple of 1950s B movies, but again, this is a 70s flick. But that said, you've got some solid stop motion animation from the legend Phil Tippett, and there's fun to be had here. But yeah guys, have you seen the Crater Lake Monster? If you have, let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know what is your favourite B movie that features a monster. Let me know that as well in the comments. My name's Martin, this has been the Trash Picture Show, and yeah, have a good one, take care, bye now.